The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another excellent edition of the Power Trading Hour, where we normally come to you at this time.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
So we're up 7.5 points. We were up a little higher on the S&P cash. People continue to pile on short. I don't know why. My guess is that we're going to see a little higher on Friday. Maybe we see a little pullback tomorrow. But, if they keep on shorting as they have today, I think we could see 27.35, maybe briefly, maybe more. But right now that has opened up. We've gone from about 2,700 to 2,720, which is where I was originally looking. And, of course, every time people pile on short, it makes the high end just a little higher for what's going on at expiration. Just makes it a little easier for them to run a few shorts and make this market go just a little higher. I remember once I was watching Ryland Homes, and at this time RYL had the biggest bastard of a market maker in the stock that I've ever seen. He ran the stock, I remember it's pre-split, but there was a day in there, I imagine you could go, if you did enough work, you could go back and find it. I want to think the thing goes back to 2004 or 5 or something like that, maybe even earlier than that. All I can remember was the stock would trade like 1.5 million shares a day or 2 million shares, and the stock was up like $2 on a gap on 100,000 shares in the first hour. It did like about 50,000 shares the next hour and was up another buck. Did another 50,000 shares the next hour, was up $2. Did like 30,000 shares, was up another $2. I mean, the entire day, the thing went from $70 to $80 on like half the volume, like 450 or 500,000 shares. It was like nothing compared to what it normally traded at. Went all the way to $80, and I started shorting it at like $73 or something. And I thought, what's going on here? And I covered, and I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I'm going, this guy is just running every stop in the world. And it did. It went to like $80, and I think I hammered it at like 78. It closed back at 70. But those were the days when market makers really didn't have any competition with the electronic market, and they could basically run it. My point is, though, is that those kind of days are a little bit behind us, but a lot easier now to see markets that are pushed around by expiration, by shorts and short covering. And as I said yesterday, the last person you want on your side if you're short is another short. They are the weakest hands in any war. They are not the guy that you want in the foxhole when the shooting starts. So anyway, we're going to hang around here a little while. If everybody continues to short, looking for a little bit of a squeeze before the end of the day, maybe sideways a little bit down on Thursday, a little higher than the high today, probably for Friday, because I just don't think people can quit it. And it is not uncommon to see markets actually turn when everybody gives up shorting. A lot of times you get this feedback loop, which is, maybe good for 20% or 25% of the shares each day of people just shorting and then covering before the end of the day. And it sets up this kind of incredibly bizarre world where the market continues to go higher and no one can figure it out. Of course, right here, we got a lot of people thinking now, finally, the market's ready to buy after it's gone up 100 points. I can't figure out either. But, just one of those things that makes you want to say, So anyway, yeah, I think Utopia is back. We're going to at least have a fairly decent trading range, I think, in the markets for a while. Yeah, volume has been light. The only thing has been, we're starting with 3.8 billion shares today. The only thing that is that the volume down is even lighter. So it's not like we're going up on a lot of volume, but when the market tries to push down like it just did after the FOMC meeting, there's just nothing there. There aren't a lot of people that want to, there are a lot of people short all those things, but other than that, 5 minutes later, the stock market's higher again. I think there are just too many shorts. When those guys are out and they quit throwing mud at the market, my guess is the top will be in. As I said 2 weeks ago, when this all started, I was looking for this range for expiration. You don't every month get a good read on a market, but this one had so many of them that I was more than willing to go to the mattresses on this. So at least I'm in my range. I'm now kind of, each day we kind of take a look at this thing and say, okay, is it a little better, a little worse? But you know what? It's hard for me to see anybody selling anything before Friday, and that means that shorts that have been piling in are going to cover. We continue to see every day, as I show in my newsletter, that put buyers for the last 4 or 5 days just could not be satiated. They had to be short going in to these few days. And, of course, when everybody decides to pile in short, at least in puts, pretty good indication that the market has not hit a high. Again, when everybody gets shy and figures the market's going higher, that's a pretty good time to start thinking about the market going lower. Anyway, we put on a new option position today in the newsletter. It's looking pretty good. Again, options are to reduce risk, not take more on. In this one, I think I'm in at about 80 cents for myself. And I'm looking for a range of somewhere between $5 and $10 to get out of them. And I'm just going to have to sit on my hand. Maybe I lose a buck. On the opposite side, maybe I make 5 or 10. And I think I've got a very nice setup to do so. As I said, one of my subscribers, he asked me what's going to go on. And I told him, markets don't let money just fall out of trees on people. These options I have are for expiration on Friday. They're going to make me pay, and they're going to make me sweat for every penny between now and Friday's close. But you know what? Bought them way out of the money. They're almost in the money. And the most important part, making money on them at the moment, which makes me feel good and sleep well. So what else do we have going on out here? Well, we've got a few more things. We'll get into some charts. Almost ready for the break. But again, I don't see anything. When I ran my numbers today at noon, the additional shorts had me looking at maybe 27.35 as the high this week on the S&P cash. So we may have another 20 points higher. We'll be back after this. We'll do some history. I'll talk about some huge call buying in a couple of stocks, and we've got a few other things to go on.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
27.15 on the S&P. Cash Dow's up 8 at 24,794. The Nasdaq's up 31 at 73.11. 27.15 on the S&P cash. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can.
And it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
It is history repeating, and on this day in 1983, the Osborne Computer Corporation officially announces the Osborne Executive Portable Computer. The follow-up to its extremely successful Osborne 1, this is a computer that, according to lore, that took the company down, also known as the Osborne effect, and not Ozzy Osbourne. This is the Osborne computer. The legend is that by leaking the announcement of this computer earlier in the year, dealers canceled all the orders for Osborne 1s, effectively destroying the company's cash flow and hindering operations going forward. And, of course, it did sink on it. This was a thing that was done in software a lot, and they thought that they could do it in hardware. And the reason it was done in software wasn't to get everybody ready to put in orders for the other ones. It was to freeze the market. I'm going to say circa 1986 or Well, hopefully we're back. What happened here? Everything was off. Hopefully we're back. Maybe if somebody in the den can say what's going on. Not exactly sure what happened. This thing doesn't even have a little thing for me here to do this. Let's try to log back in and see if I can get this spreadsheet up. Huh? Am I on? I can't tell. Now I can't get back into HotCom. Anyway, I guess we'll just have to talk and see what goes on. I'll have to assume I'm on. How much time we got? 5 minutes here. Anyway, on the Osborne computer, that's about it. Anyway, not Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, the demo god, who literally cut profits out for over a year for Ashton Tate before they eventually started actually shipping Word, but killed it off. But always known as the Osborne effect. Let's think about what else is going on. Let's go ahead and bring up some charts, even though I don't think you can see them. And I don't know why I'm having problems with that, but my guess is since Steve Rhodes had them in the earlier hour, the problem may be at our home office, but I can't get back into HotCom either. Okay, well, you're going to have to hallucinate everything I show you, but I will tell you a few things that are most interesting to me today. The first one is Microsoft. Nice move on Microsoft. Probably the more interesting thing, even though it's kind of up on light volume today, was someone came out and bought 3,000 at-the-money calls today, and expecting this. I think they're good for 3 weeks, and expecting, I assume the way this bet is, that Microsoft's going to 100. Probably a pretty good bet. And of course, who would give those 3,000 options? People that already own Microsoft and just want to sell the calls and collect the money either way. And just figure, you know, if it gets to 100, they'll be out anyway. So who cares? But anyway, a kind of a giant vote of confidence in Microsoft as we go into that. Well, it won't let me back into HotCom at all, so don't know about that. Another one that got a huge buy-in of calls today, too, is DVN. And generally, when people have this kind of money to throw around, they know what they're doing. This one had it fairly early in the morning, and, man, it took off after that. Devon Energy, which is DVN, it's now going through this high of February 12th. We see that high of February 12th, $36.11. Had 6.5 million shares. We already have 8.5 million shares. Symbol on this is DVN. So, don't know what else to say about that. And what else do we have out here? Wanted to take a look at a few things. In fact, why don't we start on this? You can always give me a call at 877-927-7648. I didn't even say it right. When things like this happen, I just get a little bit too anxious. 877-927-6648. You can email me at path@tfnn.com. And thanks. You can email me at path, as Bill did, and told me I am back on, but I'm not exactly sure what's happening in the Tiger's Den at the moment. Okay, so what I wanted to look at today is the tests from last night. I wanted to see how many of these things that were testing previous highs were able to go higher and what kind of volume we have. A lot of these things are right at the edges of where they're going to be anyway for expiration. If they're probably going higher, it's probably going to be next week. 231.34 is the March 20th high that had 8.8 million shares. Yesterday we had 2.8 million shares. And today we got 1.4 million shares. So it certainly looks like we're starting to hit some highs. A lot of these things are looking forward to earnings in the next few weeks, which generally means even though you hit these things with a lighter volume, if you're within a few weeks of earnings, they're probably going to hang out there all the way through earnings. But you're probably, now for this one, you had some fairly decent energy on the way down from that 231 on March 20th to the April 2nd low at 207.22. But what are you going to do about that? Anyway, the energy up off that low, just not that much. Anyway, we'll try to get everything ironed out during the break, and we'll be back.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're back. And still can't talk to the control room, so maybe they can email me at path@tfnn.com if there's anything I can do. In the meantime, we will soldier on, and I will occasionally try to get the screen back up for them. And of course, you can at least see my wonderful face today, but I'm getting absolutely nothing in to the Hotcom chat room, so I can't really show anything. But I will describe it vividly and succinctly. We will overcome. Anyway, S&P at 27.1560. Again, probably we had the opportunity to try to push the market down on the FOMC notes. Not going to see that. Kind of hanging up here. Of course, the last 30 minutes of the day, kind of probably going to be interesting. A lot of people were shorting this move, especially in the morning, and we've got this feedback loop coming. Anyway, we'll look at a few of these other stocks through the day. Maybe we'll get everything figured out. Okay, what else do we have? ALV, which is Autoliv. ALV is the symbol on this one. You know, you certainly don't have a shortage of stocks up with light volume testing previous highs. Thing is, we just don't have enough of them. Normally, what'll happen, just like it happened at the lows, is we'll have 50 or 100 that I can bring on the show at any one time, like we did at the lows. And all these things were making lows, and that was kind of it. Again, you can email me at path@tmn. I don't know what this is about. Okay. Stan from Atlanta. How you doing, Stan?
Pretty good. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, I wanted to ask you about Briggs and Stratton, Baker, George. I'm looking at the daily chart, and it looks like it's bottomed here multiple times over the last 2 years, and it's heading back up. Could do a pretty significant run upwards because it usually does that. And it starts back up.
And just about this time of year when everybody needs to buy lawnmowers.
Yeah, and a lot of the makers have switched from Kohler, which those engines were total crap, I know, because I had one that blew up, and going to Briggs. And with the trade war, you know, and everything, they're
American-made
USA company.
Yeah.
So looks like it's going to do a pretty good run up. I just picked up 1,500 shares around 21, so I'm up on it a little bit. But
you know, the only thing I wish, I love the way this thing came down on heavy volume, bounced a little, and then came down on light volume and bottom at $20. I just wish it would have had even lighter volume at the $20 levels. The only thing I wish. You know, you had that August 24th low.
Looking at the historical moves on this thing and going, wait a minute, this is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you've got, this is like buying a golf club company in March, right? You buy Briggs and Stratton in April, golf clubs in March. Pretty standard stuff. I mean, it's what people are always looking at.
Yeah,
So that's what they think about.
Their financials are good. Their PE is about 18.5. They're making a profit, paying a dividend. So
I think the best thing you have to, I think the best thing you have on this is the very light volume off the 2310 for February 27th, down to this low at $20.05. I mean, you didn't have much volume there. Let's look at this thing a little bit farther back.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not my. I'll tell you this: it looks okay. It's not my kind of trade. I don't like things that take a whole week to move a buck.
Yeah, no.
And maybe that's just my short attention span theater guy. A product of video games. I can't sit and watch stuff move at glacial paces very long. But it looks fine. Anything else you want to look at while you're here?
No, I was just wondering about that one.
I mean, it's okay. You know, you didn't have much volume at that previous low, right? So what can you say? I mean, it depends on the way you want to look at it. The big move down on the, what was that, the August 17th, when this thing popped down, had 1 million shares. So you can kind of say that really that 279 was kind of the same thing. You never had anything approaching it. I would have liked it if it was a little clearer, but I think the clearest part was that whole last leg out here that just hadn't had any energy. I know you can't see it, but that February 27th high to the April 9th low just had 1.1 on my power law vector indicator on it. And on the previous big leg down from January 26th to February 9th, that was a 2.2. So the energy came down real hard, bounced a little, and then basically went in half. You tested that low. You can say, I just would have liked it to actually been the absolute low. But, you know, million shares to 300,000 shares, still good.
Yeah, I'm looking at last May, and it really took a rocket up.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is don't be greedy. Be out by what?
Yeah.
Mid-July?
Yeah, 10% move on this thing, I'm out.
Yeah, I think it's good trade. Just not enough fireworks for me, but good trade.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks for the call, Stan in Atlanta. And I guess we got this working, so I'll have my email up front and center. They can email me. What else do we have going on? That's about it. It's doing nothing. I'm not exactly sure why. Okay, so let's take another look at here. Well, we're still stuck at 27.15, so nothing new here. We'll go back to some of the other ones. AutoZone is coming back to this consolidation level that goes back to the November 14th time frame of 2017. We went up to 797.89. That was on January 19th. We made it all the way back down to this level. It gapped up on 692,000 shares. Dipped into it yesterday with half that, 295,000 shares. Energy was a little bit strong because of this huge down day on the 27th of February, where this thing has kind of come back down. The question is whether or not Amazon is actually ever going to be successful in taking out these car part companies. They've been around for a while. Haven't seen a lot of follow-through on that from AutoZone, although I'm probably going to go buy an auto parts store in the next couple of days. I'll ask them to see if they've got anything. But certainly looks like fairly decent support out here at right around the $600 level, but you really haven't gone any higher. Blue Cora. Let's go back just a little bit farther out here. Testing its high and actually going through it today, 26.15. That's $26.15 at 750,000 shares. That was October 4th of 2017. Got into that yesterday with 518,000 shares. Today, just 254,000 shares. So got a lot of these stocks kind of just turtling ahead of earnings in the next 15, 30 days on a lot of these. So don't expect them to roll over instantly. But these things probably not going any higher until they get to earnings. Maybe they'll stumble up a little bit into earnings. Maybe that's a good chance to get out of it if you're already on. Anyway, we'll be back after.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks. Would you like exposure to the foreign currency markets without any downside risk to your principal? Then consider the Petro Currencies Market Safe CD from Everbank. This 3-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD leverages the performance of 4 equally weighted currencies from these top oil-producing countries: Brazil, Canada, Mexico, and Russia. This CD features a 200% leverage factor, which means that your potential upside payment will be double the currency's average performance at maturity with no cap if the currencies increase in value over the CD's term. And if the returns are negative, your principal's 100% protected. Returns are based on CD performance with no correlation to the price of oil, and there is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. The April 19th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a division of TIAA FSB, member FDIC.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're back. Quick question to look at BIIB. Take a look at that. Looks like it's up $5 or so today. Just no real clear bottom yet. 244 is where you want to see this thing test, and I think it could still get there. Yeah, you're up today, kind of up on light volume. Could you get up to 280, 275 by Friday's close? You could. I would think that this one is one that kind of looks like it needs to get back to that 244 low of May 31st of 2017. Yeah, that had 2.2 million shares. I mean, kind of added energy down here, and that's why you got to bounce. But that bounce hasn't had much volume, fairly light to the upside today. Let's take a look. Another question, look at Hack. Still going higher. This is been the strongest tech sector out here. March 13th was the last high. This is computer cybersecurity, $36.39 with 276,000 shares. You had 1.1 million shares yesterday. So you blew out that 36.39 high with some gusto, which I haven't heard since Miller High Life beer ads. Are those even on anymore? I haven't seen one for forever. Or is it just the cheap beer these days with no ads? March 13th high, you blew through it yesterday. A little follow through today, not much volume. To me, the most interesting thing is everybody and their dog decided to short the living doo-doo out of this. As we said yesterday, poo out of it. And again, normally when these people probably cover, and if they don't reshort again, that would probably give you a good indication the one at top is in and that it's ready to pull back. But anytime everybody jumps on the hangarnade all at once, I'm just one of the kind of those guys to think that they're probably wrong. Wrong, and very wrong. So what else do we have out here that I wanted to look at? Got a question about the stock that we had the big play in last week. We got more than 400% on an options play. This was AAOI. And the question is whether this thing's going to $30 again. And I think you probably say that this thing on Friday is going to be $30. It's just I don't understand the risk reward. This thing could also go right back to $26. So, we had a fairly decent play in it, but these plays don't last long. This was like 4 or 5 days. And normally you don't want to go back to the well on these too many times. So I make my money, especially if I make a lot of money. I don't go straight back to it. It could break either way fairly easy. Options kind of point at $30. But all it takes is a lot of people to pile back on this one short again. You could probably get it down. Not a lot of people talking this up. And if you're on Wall Street, you're kind of hating them and everything else in the world at the same time. Had a question to look at SAP, kind of the German version of Microsoft. Now I'm having problems. Maybe they've gotten to me too. Ever since Art Bell died, I figured, you know, it opened the gates of hell. And you never know what happens on that. But what do we got here? Well, I think it's just getting worse. Maybe the entire internet is getting hacked. That's all I can tell. Because now I can't even get quotes up. So we'll take a look and see if there's anything else going on. The little lights on everything are blinking. But no. Oh, did get that back. So let's take a quick look at SAP. Nothing, huh? Okay. Well, one by one, I'm losing features here. But we'll take a look. Okay. See if I can get something else on this real quick. Okay. No, nothing on that one either. Well, this is very exciting. Now most of the websites are down too. I wonder if this is kind of like a area. Well, there I get an update on a couple of my stocks. So it looks like there may be some wider problems maybe down here in Florida, because I'm on a different network than the office is. So you never know. Okay, got another email here asking me what Apple's going to do, and it certainly looks like they're going to peg this to 180 for Friday. And when I was looking at, oh, finally got it here. Let's take a look here. You always wonder what's going on. Anyway, Apple. Okay, this is just getting silly. Let's do this. Let's start everything all over again and take a look at it. Let's go to this Apple here, AAPL. Normally when these things blow up, I'm going to reboot during the break, but normally when Hotcom blows up, it takes out everything. And I think that's what we've had here, because nothing, I've run 3 different programs and they're all failing. I will reboot at the end and we'll take a look at it. I did want to talk about something, and we'll start talking about it today, and that is how to set up some of these options plays, especially the last minute ones. I'm going to have a webinar on May 16th. And we'll go through how I set up the one from last week, how the one I set up today all came together. We'll talk about how you put together the options and what they tell you, opposed to short positions and what they tell you, where to get the data, what to do, how to put it all together and wrap it up in a bow and put a trade together like one of these. And you know what? It's kind of an interesting process, but it's not just one thing. This is certainly to do these things right, and not, you know, try a shotgun approach where you just buy 5 different options and hope they all move, but actually buy one option and have that option come off as a good one. There's a lot of work and preparation. Anyway, we're going to be setting that up for May 16th, and of course, all subscribers to both of my magazines are that, so you can get on either one. We'll be back in a minute. I'm going to reboot. Maybe we'll get this thing all working by the time we get back.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.